Today's conference is about the future. So my hope is that everyone enjoys today's conference, listens to new ideas from leaders in our community, learns from their counterparts from other organizations, and builds relationships from this conference in the spirit of sharing and energy.
Sustainability is where it's at today. Which leads me to my new endeavor, and that is working with the team at CEC. CEC members, stand up or raise your hand, right? Talking about building a good team. These are my good team that basically is making it happen today. Big plans. We want to move this region off of fossil fuels in 1 generation. What's our moniker? Fossil free by 33. Okay? It's only logical that I would gravitate towards an organization and folks like this, which are trying to move this region towards sustainability. That's what motivates me. That's what I think motivates all of you in the room. That's what we're going to be talking about later today. So anyway, why are we here? These are some quotes again from back in the day, but I think they resonate still to me today. Buckminster Fuller, who was involved with CEC in the early days. Spaceship Earth comes with no instruction book, right? Man, we are basically flying by the wing, or, the seat of our pants, trying to make this thing stay viable. And as Marshall McLuhan said, hey guys, there are no passengers on Spaceship Earth. We're all crew. We're all into this together. And frankly, the planet has a fever. 10 of the life-sustaining biophysical systems are reaching their tipping points. Tipping points. Y'all know what that, this crowd, I don't have to tell what tipping point is. They're reaching tipping points. That means there's going to be irretrievable change that we're facing. Your challenge to deal with these issues is really serious. We need to look at a different future for our kids and their kids. But what we're talking about sustainability is a necessary revolution. We need to change the direction that we are going. That's going to take all kinds of tactics. And the reason I use this one, and I was a public servant for 35 plus years, right? Some cases it's going to take guerrilla tactics in order to make it happen. You're on the inside. You've got to make it with a small band to create change. And you can do that. How do you do that? You gotta be passionate. I know the folks in this room are passionate about what you're doing, and the way you're gonna make that passion come out is through collaboration. Collaborative action is going to make it happen. Our greatest danger is not that we aim too high and miss our goal, but we aim too low and reach it. I don't think that's what this group is going to do. I want Santa Barbara to be the leader again that it once was in the environmental movement in the next decade. I think you guys can make that happen. I'm going to go back to Obama and basically say, can you make that happen? What's the response? Yes, we can. Can you make that happen?
Yes, we can.
Can you make that happen?
Yes, we can.
Are you sustainable superheroes? Yes, we can. Then go out there and make it happen. Thank you very much.
The sharing of ideas and resources has resulted in less greenhouse gas emissions, less fuel burned, fewer vehicles on the road, parking spaces saved, and money saved by purchasing fewer vehicles. For example, let's say Jane is attending the Sustainability Conference. To reserve a motor pool vehicle, Jane logs onto the reservation system from the internet or intranet. Before making a reservation, she can check to see if other employees are going to the same place by checking the rideshare tab. Sure enough, she sees that a coworker has reserved a car for the conference. Jane can then click on the Contact tab to get her coworker's contact information. She can also click on the Email tab to email them. Once Jane and Joe have connected, they can meet at the fleet vehicle kiosk where Joe enters a code to open the box that contains the car keys. 30 seconds later, they're in their car and off to the conference. Fleet management meets the needs of county and city government by choosing the most fuel-efficient vehicles to transport staff. Since cars are expensive, county and city government use car sharing to minimize the number of fleet vehicles needed. Sharing vehicles means less vehicles purchased. Fewer vehicles purchased means more money saved. Sharing rides will optimize sustainability by reducing the number of vehicles on the road. This will reduce traffic congestion, reduce the amount of fuel burned, and reduce greenhouse gas emissions.
Right now we're working on a campus compost pilot program that will be around the 4 eateries, the Arbor, the UCSB, the Coral Tree, and the Courtyard or Nano Cafe. And so we're looking at, I know that map's really tiny up there, so the pilot will be either at 6 berthas, and that little picture, if I can get the pointer to work, of that 4-hole thing right there, those things we call berthas. And so those are some of the bins we use outside on campus. And so right now we're working on the volunteer-based building this quarter, and then next quarter what we do is we change the signage out in those berthas to the office pack, a commingled landfill, and compost would be one of the holes. And so they'd match, the in-building signage would match the bertha signage. And then what will happen is we will man those berthas for the first 2 weeks of winter quarter, and with an educational campaign kind of training people to put the food in the proper hole. And if we're successful with that one, the UCSB will convert all of their plastics and styrofoam to biodegradables for spring quarter. So we have high hopes for that one.
How many people have been in a hot tub recently? A lot of manufacturers are putting in small ozone generators to help with the killing of bacteriological elements within the water, cut down on your chlorine, don't come out with green hair, and other weird things. In other words, how many people have been to Disneyland? Nobody? Everybody? You know why the Pirates of the Caribbean doesn't smell like a community pool? Ozone. They use it almost exclusively in all of the theme parks to process their water in the water rides to keep things down without using chemicals.
The reason I believe this would be a good concept is because having worked in local government for over 25 years, working with the military and now with the university, I could just see the overlaps and the dedication of all the different parties for sustainability. And I believe that bringing them together and to share their ideas would just strengthen all of our efforts. And I also thought that the timing was right because of our budget concerns. And I believe that we have to be careful in these budget times that we don't reduce our efforts to environmental programs, but that we increase them. But in order to do that, we have to be more innovative, and we have to present programs that have been proven to work. And people in our community are known nationally for their programs already. People that work for the cities and the counties are implementing nationally recognized programs, and to bring them here together along with all the knowledge that we have here at the university with the professors just seemed to be a good mix and a good way to energize the community for the environment.
I think we really wanted to provide a space for networking, which, you know, as you can see during the intermissions and breaks, that's happening. We want to kind of forge partnerships and really pair in a more kind of concerted effort. And so this year's conference is about best practice sharing, meet and greet, that kind of thing. And I'm hoping next year will be kind of more focused on work groups or particular kind of initiatives that have come out of this conference.